right, welcome back to it. Look, talking about energy is where the future is. That's pretty much the theme of all of this, why the Blue Oval case continues, Ford putting that on hold, infrastructure not there, all these different things going on. My next guest, also looking for Great Lakes growth, calling it a step in the right direction. Mike Johnston is the Executive Vice President of Government Affairs and Workforce Development for the Michigan Manufacturers Association. Mike, good to have you on the program.
Good morning, Steve.
So, where is the business growth? Where is the future here? I say this on a day after the United Auto Workers have made deals with all three of the big three remaining American automakers. So that's a step in the right direction. But where is our future here? Where's our future in business?
Yeah, look, Michigan is a manufacturing state. Manufacturing is by far the largest sector of the Michigan economy. It is in fact, the engine of our economy that helps fuel all the other sectors and service and retail and high-paid, manufacturing employees, cycle money throughout their economy in grocery stores and dry cleaners and movie theaters. It's a critical part of Michigan's economy.
No, it is, but yet in recent years, Mike, I've seen a lot of headlines, you have as well, that say, this manufacturing company, that manufacturer went to Kentucky, went to Tennessee, went to Texas. Why are we losing out on these deals if we truly are this center of manufacturing prowess?
Well, it's really about the ability to compete on the basis of cost in the global economy. If we can't compete on the basis of cost from a Michigan location, look, there's lots of other states that want our assets, right? They want what we have. And we think about the cost of business. We talk about the cost of labor, the cost of electricity, the cost of taxes, the cost of regulations. All of these things are about what the business climate is. And energy for the manufacturing world is absolutely fundamental. It's the lifeblood of manufacturing. And if the cost of energy is higher here than somewhere else, guess what? We operate every day at a competitive disadvantage on the basis of cost.
Well, it certainly is. It is more expensive. In fact, there are contingency plans being put in place now for rolling brownouts in Michigan. I'm sure you've read this. This does not help Michigan out. Getting rid of right to work causes labor cost to increase. That doesn't help Michigan out. Prevailing wage causes prices to increase. That doesn't help business out. None of those things do they?
No, but energy is so critical because think of anything you melt, anything, whether it's steel or plastic or anything else, it's very energy intensive, and if you can't afford the energy or can't compete with the energy prices when maybe half of your cost of product, then guess what? That's not good for the future of Michigan, and we need a stable energy policy going forward.
How do we get there? We have a majority in Lansing who considers anything besides wind and solar to be the enemy of the planet or some such nonsense. We see this push for EVs that I've discussed for the last 20 minutes is pushing General Motors and Ford into financial crisis, and bailouts could be the result of the government mandates for EVs and so forth. We've destroyed coal-fired power plants in Michigan, closed down nuclear power plants, and we don't have a backup plan. And now natural gas is apparently the new enemy. How can we move forward, not as a state, but as a country in general, if this is the attitude of those in charge?
Yeah, we have concerns about moving forward with an energy policy with a goal of solving global climate change. And I heard you speaking of Senator Bellino recently talking about they're building a coal-fired power plant a week. The fact is they're building 2 coal-fired power plants a week through 2022 and through 2023 and likely through 2026. And they're using that cheap power to build cheap products to compete against Michigan manufacturers while we try to solve global climate change by shutting down, 1 or 2 or 3 coal-fired power plants. I mean, it's just in
pursuit of a fantasy of climate change. America is the cleanest, greenest, industrialized nation on earth. Period. Have been forever, because we police ourselves, whether it's the EPA or organizations at state government in Michigan or private organizations. We police ourselves in America far better than any other country on earth, and China and India aren't even playing ball. So we're committing financial economic suicide by destroying our energy sector, while those countries, like you say, are building energy. And a lot of those coal-fired power plants that are being built in China aren't even being put online. They're just being put there for future reference. That should tell us everything we need to know, but our politicians have been blinded by some fantasy about, flowers and unicorns and rainbows or something.
Yeah, we need to be able to compete on the basis of price, and a mandated system. We're fundamentally with energy systems that we rely on. If they go down a path where there's unreliable power and higher cost power, you can't undo that. You need to be very thoughtful and planned in a way, particularly when it's a manufacturing economy. This is not an agrarian, economy like North Dakota or something. This is a large manufacturing state, very much dependent on energy. We got to get that right in terms of both price and reliability.
Yeah, so what is the Michigan Manufacturing Association doing to encourage lawmakers to, if you will, see the light created by energy, by the way? I'll give you the last word.
Yeah, thank you. We're just being very vocal about the need to take a thoughtful approach and not do mandates. Let's think about and prioritize price and reliability as primary goals, and not solving global climate change as a unachievable hypothetical. So we're being very vocal with legislators in both chambers of the legislature. So I appreciate the opportunity to talk about it with you today.
Well, Mike, you come back anytime. Mike Johnston, Executive Vice President, Government Affairs and Workforce Development for the Michigan Manufacturers Association. We just want to make sure there's enough manufacturers to have an association 20 years from now. That's the point. We have to fight for business. We have to fight bad policy, and we have to fight for this state. Mike, I appreciate you being here.
Thank you, Steve.